Okay, good. Now, this is just your random. This is just something you drew randomly. Am I correct?
Yeah, maybe I saw it on the chart, but I don't
Okay.
remember when.
Now the thing is, I can't really understand like the closure itself, right? So I may not be able to let me go like so there was no M1 SNR break for sales. However, before next M5 candle closes, I have M1 SNR breakout for sales. Is it okay if we take the sales even if the previous M5 candle? Now, good. Now, can I now what you're saying is let's go to let's go to whiteboard. Can you all see my whiteboard?
Yep.
Okay, guys, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
quickly hold on a second. Let me quickly flip my screen. Use my touch screen. That's it. All right. How do I do this? So now, first of all, you're saying we have a buy candle here. We have another buy candle here. We have a week. We have a week. We have a week. And then there is a red. And then there is a red candle here, right? Is that what you're saying? That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is where we are heading to.
Uh-huh.
So now, definitely, this closure here means that price reacted to something here. First of all, acknowledge that. Now, price closing as a red candle. Price closing as uh price closing as a red candle, like M5 bearish candle, right? M5 closes as a bearish candle. Now, remember first of all, right, that this right here was supposed to be our target. So now, when this zone eventually closed, right, we wanted like a break of structure, like SNR break of structure like this to the downside, so that we eventually sell down to this level here. Like this is the level. We sell down to this level. Now, in the course of this closure, that did not happen. We didn't have this break right now, but this red candlestick formed. So that means we want to trade it to the upper side of this red candle. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Now, in the course of trying to break this zone, let's say we had this zone, right, for price to break. In the course, this happens. Take it down to this level.
Even if the previous candle closed bearish.
Yes. It means that
Okay.
this closure of price here, this particular closure of price here, that is why I'm saying, had it been this one closed, right? And then we had this break, not this, take it to this level. But since this price has closed, but failed to break this, but we had this. Even when this happened, take it down here. That is what I've been trying to explain to you guys.
Okay. And if it breaks above, we're going to buy.
Yes. That is according to the CMP. That is what I was
Yeah.
like trying to explain to you guys. Share my screen. That is what I've been trying to explain to you guys. Where was that? Where was that zone? Where was that zone? Now I remember this, like this was like my sweetest, like I really anticipated this buys. Like I really took my time to anticipate this buy. Now price closed as a bearish candle on H1, and I knew that this is the zone that price needs to break. Eventually price broke that zone. And I was like, oh, where the hell am I selling this market? Can you see that? This is a pullback. This is just a pullback. Now, let me teach you guys something. How many of you guys have heard about Fips don't lie? Fips don't lie. How many?
Fibonacci.
Yeah, Fibonacci. Yeah, Fibonacci. Like, there's this guy on Instagram, Fips don't lie. Search him up, man. He trades only Fips, and he's accurate as fuck. He targets only 20 to 30 pips. Now, this right here, happening right here, this right here, right? This is what he would do. You take the Fips from the body of this down candle to the body of this, and then he's gonna target 50% or 60%. That's what he does. And then price comes, reacts to it, and then you're buying. I took this entry. I remember taking this entry. I took this entry. So now basically everything is really, really simple when you at the end of the day, the forex market is actually easy. It's just that the complications like spending too much time on the markets is not healthy because you might be missing out on an important information. That is why if you're analyzing, if you ever analyze a market and then you're confused, that is a sign that that market is not clear enough for you to understand. I don't have five heads better than you. So if you're having a little issue about a particular zone, that means definitely I am too. I'm having a little issue there. So what I do is whenever I'm like a little confused about like what I'm like doing, I just learn to just leave the forex environment. Just learn to leave it. Because now what I basically do is at the end of every day, I have to check the closure of my candle at the end of every day. Now, irrespective of the fact that I am aware of my candle closure, what am I looking for? You note very well that okay, in terms of engulfing, right? This in terms of engulfing, okay, let's try engulfing from the monthly time frame. In fact, not there. Here, monthly. And as a matter of fact, this zone right here is a zone of major concern. Now, price closed inside the zone. So, like, if I want to buy market down there quickly, now, where do you think weekly needs to break? Obviously, this is where weekly needs to break. Am I correct, guys? In terms of engulfing weekly, that's where weekly needs to break. But before then, we have this, and we also have this. In another broker, this is a zone of major concern. So price closing inside the zone, closed inside this zone right here in terms of engulfing. So if I'm price closing this way, I know that this is like my first target. So the price actually go down there. No, price couldn't go down there. And eventually the red candlestick, red was amounted to for the next weekly candlestick closed, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. This dominant candle. All right. I'll draw this dominant engulfing. That's where I'm buying to first of all. So now I need daily to break. The daily break. The daily give me a one-time frame confirmation. Yes, we had a one-time frame confirmation, which if price pullback would have been buying inside that zone daily. Daily. Now, where was our direction? Here, eventually price came down there and you go down to your weekly price eventually was going up. Weekly didn't close. And eventually all these zones are zones of like major concern. So if you play daily zones. So basically price was reacting off this engulfing field here on daily time frame. As you can see, when price pulled back here, now closed, tapped and closed. I need a 4 hours change of storyline for engulfing, right? So now ask yourself, where do you think price is supposed to change the storyline? This is where price is supposed to change the storyline, right? This price is supposed to change its storyline, right? On H4. So eventually H4. Did H4 break? Yes, we had an H4 break. But remember that we have this zone right here, right? So price, this is the first time price tapped the zone. Do we have H1 break? No, we didn't have H1 break. Now, This is where SNR comes in. We can't have a clear engulfing here. So we use this instead. We didn't have a break, right? So eventually next 4 hours candlestick closed, right? So the next 4 hours candlestick closed. Now take a look at this, guys. Price couldn't break here at first. Couldn't break here too. Couldn't break here. Crazy, right? I know. So now press a line here. Price closing this way. Now, where do you think price needs to break on H1? Where do you think price needs to break on H1? Price needs to break the zone, right? Now, in terms of SNL, price needs to break the zone. Eventually, that happened anyways. So now, I was like, okay, fine. Since price has broken that level, I'll wait for this to happen. But I was waiting for this to happen. But eventually, that never happened. Price just, boom, showed up. If price came back here, I would have been selling. And then you also have this to play with, to work with. Also have this to work with. So if price had, retrace, boom, would have been buying. And eventually that's the reason why price is buying. That's by the way. So if you go back to your daily time frame, you can see that it's the reason why we have that massive push. Price is going, and eventually price went up. And are we closing inside another zone? I think we are closing inside this dominance engulfing buy zone, right? So yes, we are closing there, and I knew that this is where we are targeting, right? So price did not test that zone, so we are like, okay, fine. I need a 4 hours break of structure. Do we have a 4 hours break of structure? Now ask yourself, where did you think we need to have a 4 hours break of structure? In terms of SNR, this is it, right? In terms of engulfing, this is it. So now price tapped that zone, and I know that, okay, fine, this is where I'm supposed to break structure. Now, if you wanted to wait for H1 break here, would have traded this H1 break. But if you wanted to play H1, it would have been like, I would have been like, fine, I need price to break above this level, right? Price eventually broke above that level, came back, and even couldn't come back to test this level. And then we have this level. But at the end of the day, I wanted price to break this level, right? But price reacted to that level, came back to this level, tapped this level, formed this level. So I was like, if price should break this level on H1, this is our entry. So now when price broke that level, this level is no more, this is not the, that level is no more valid. So when price break that level, we have this trend line, right? So supposed to respect, but price broke, and then this is like entry. So that is your buys. And then you know that definitely price was heading down to this level on H4. Price was heading down to that level, and eventually that level gets broken out of, and then you see that push, that massive push to the upside, a massive push to the upside. I remember weekly, remember that we're targeting this zone. So in terms of SNL, weekly is still bullish. Weekly is still bullish. So would have been selling to this level right here. Because if you ask me why, because price went through that level and also went through. So this is like, if we are selling from this zone, this is where we are targeting. So if you put a line here and go down to your daily, price close as a bullish candle inside which zone? Inside this zone right here, right? So change that to daily time frame. daily time frame. And I knew that price was gonna head down. I knew that price was going to head down to this zone right here. Price was gonna head down to this zone right here. So it'd be like when 4 hours candlestick, I knew that price was gonna head down here, right? So price closed inside that zone. Go down to your H4. Price closed as a bullish candle, right? So I knew definitely that if this zone should get broken out of this dominant zone, should get broken out of a retest of that zone, price gonna get down there. So trade 1 hour. So now eventually price close as a bearish candle on 1 hour. Now ask yourself, where did you want to break? This is where you wanted to break, right? Now that is what you asked me. Go Ivana, is that you? You asked me this question. Now, this is what you actually talked about, right? Hello?
Probably. Yeah, don't
Like
remember.
that 5 minute kind of structure, right? This is what you talked about. Now, price closed this
Yeah, yeah,
way. This is the zone that price is supposed to break before we get down here. Before we get down here. What's going on? That is the zone that is supposed to break. And unfortunately, price could not break that zone because of this current H1 zone. H1 zone. So now price closing this way, right? If price should break this zone, where are we targeting? See, in our next class, I will talk about liquidity. Now, price breaking this zone means that price had to test something, test a fresh SNR zone, which was like this engulfing zone right here. In terms of engulfing this zone right here, engulfing field zone. So now for price to actually go down there, 15 minutes needs to break. Now, where is the 15 minute that has to be? Let me put the line there just to be sure, so that I won't be messing with you guys. All right. And now it is obvious that the way we want a market to price is actually the same level, right? And eventually, price broke that level, right? Price broke that level. And did we have a trend line to support that? I had this trend line. I had this trend line. Because this level has been broken out of. So I actually waited for a retracement back to that level. Price reacted from that level, and that's the reason why you're seeing this massive push to the upside. That buys. So now if you go back down to your H1, H1 actually closed inside that zone. And it is obvious that this is the zone that price needs to break. So now if you put a line right here, how did M15 close? Is the question that you should ask yourself. Now, in this situation now, I won't wait for M15 to actually, change storyline, because this is where M15 needs to break before it comes down to H1. So what I'll do is I'll play 5 minutes. I think I just messed up. Okay, guy, good. Now, M15, M5 is still very far away. It's a long candle, it's a long green candle. So that means I can play something from here on M5. I'm sure we won't be able to go down to like H1. But let's give it a try. Yeah, not as much. Or did we eventually pass this on? So yeah, that is what like basically I said now H1, if you had an H1 engulfing break of structure, that is the opportunity for you to sell to like M5. And you can see that price never respected the M5 zone, and that's the reason why price was just buying. Now, as for these Bitcoin buys, right? As for these Bitcoin buys, let me actually show you guys. Let me show you guys my screenshots. Show you guys something. The downloads BTC 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 BTC. Where the fuck are you? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec, guys. Just hold on a sec. BTC. Where the fuck are you? All right. I think I found it. All right. Right. This was my screenshots, guys. Let me share my screen for you guys. Share screen. This was my screenshots. I was like, oh yeah, since price has broken up from this zone entirely, right? So this entry point, can you see this trend line, this third touch? I know that this orange area was my first tip because I know that that is where price was gonna head to. Now, this second, I'm gonna like reach. I'll draw this inside my charts. So let me quickly share my screen, my BTC screen. So I knew very well, like on the monthly time frame, this is where price was supposed to break, right? Like on the monthly time frame. So everything it's that easy. And the fact that price was reacting to this level because it wasn't being broken out of. I knew that it was gonna head down here. So if you go down to your weekly, that is what it looks like. So I was like, okay, fine. Since price has broken out of this, right? Which is my weekly zone, weekly, right? I had this trend line that supported the whole movement. And that's the reason why I placed my line, my entries there. I was like, okay, my stop loss is gonna be below this line. And eventually, this was my TP. Price eventually went up. So does it actually make sense for you guys? Does it make sense? You can text me if you can't. You can text me if you can't talk. So that does it actually make sense? Does it make sense? Are you guys there? Are you guys sleeping?
Yes. No, no, no.
I think you guys are sleeping. Are you guys sleeping?
No, we're not sleeping yet.
Hello, Fahid, Gail, Hovid. Are you guys there?
We're all here.
I can't hear
Can
you
you hear
guys.
us?
I don't know
But I
why.
can, but I can talk.
We are all here. We are all here.
Can you hear us,
Hello?
Adam?
Yeah, I
Hello?
guess he can't hear us. Maybe.
I guess he is lagging again.
That's why I
Maybe.
can't hear
Maybe.
you guys. Hello?
Hi,
Hello?
hello.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah.
can hear you now. I can hear you now. Okay, so I was asking you guys that,
Okay.
like, does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's the reason why. That's why I wasn't surprised when Bitcoin actually, went like to the upside. I was like, everyone was like, Bitcoin is at 35,000. Like I was laughing. I was like, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, where else you want it to literally go? So right now, my buyers on like this DJ right now, like gold right sorry, Bitcoin right now is I'm expecting a retracement. But the question is, where will I be expecting the retracement to monthly? So now, remember, we just broke out from this zone. So now, the only zone available right now for price to actually play around is apparently this zone. Now, price has closed inside here, and I'll be looking for opportunities to sell down here. So I'm going down to my weekly. Weekly also closed as a bullish candle in respect to this zone right here on the weekly time frame. So now I want to be selling the market down here. As a matter of fact, I want to be selling the market down here on weekly. So now weekly close as a bullish candle going down to daily. Now, if price is supposed to come down to this level, I need to see this level being broken out of on the daily time frame. Daily being broken out of. Else, this closure of price means that this is where I'm buying the market to. So now price reacting to this level, you know that we want to buy to this level first of all. So you go down to your 4 hours. For price to actually head down to this level, right? We needed a break of this structure. This is first of all. But that never happened. Price has just been ranging. So now I'm not taking this one anymore, right? I'm not taking this one anymore. I am taking this one. Changes to 4 hours. So if I have one blue push, if you have one blue push, now for this situation, wait. If you have one blue push like this, right? That is when my brothers and sisters, I'll be looking for buys. Price eventually, reaches to be buying, or else otherwise, price. I'm not taking this zone anymore. Otherwise, price will just straight up just head down here. I'll screenshot this and send it to you guys to keep it, laminate it, put it, keep it, place it on your wall. Right there, Aadamsixx said that Bitcoin is going back to 35,000 if this zone should break, and see that the magic is actually real. It's not magic. So currently on the daily time frame, I've acknowledged the fact that daily is still bullish, right? And so this is where I want the market to come. But first of all, we have this pre. So first of all, we have price has already reacted to this zone. So first of all, we have this zone as our first daily zone. Our price already tested there. So from that reaction, we needed 4 hours to head down there. Now ask yourself, where do you now price close as a bullish candle? We needed this zone to break, right? But eventually, price just this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is so fucking random. Bitcoin is so fucking random, you know. So price eventually tested the zone, closed back inside this one. Inside this one. But price failed to break this level. Price failed to, to break that level, and sooner we now have this. We have this zone, which price tested, and if we are buying to this level, we're buying to this level on H4, right? We're buying to this level on H4. We needed like H1 break of structure. Now, where do we need to break on H1? Market close as so would have looked for 15-minute entry down here, but this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just so like really random, So all these ones sticking, that you have your levels. Now, first of all, where did you think price needed to break overall if we wanted to go like really far, right? Is the question. So you ask yourself, which coin should have broken this level, right? But that never happened. Price couldn't break this level. So now go back to your 4 hours. Now, despite the fact that price has closed this way, you know that a new support level has been formed, that if this support level is being broken out of, you'll be looking for sales automatically. But that never happened. That never happened. And that's the reason why price did not break that structure, and then we have this break. We have this break right here. We have this break right here. So we have that break right there. So currently, price has closed inside the 1 hour zone. Right, price has closed inside the 1 hour zone. And y'all know that this is where we're heading to, right? So if price should break this level, this is where we are heading to on H1. Let me take this out. That's where we'll be heading to. So this is basically H1. So I'd advise you guys, wait for price to close outside this box. If price should close outside that box, then we have this trend line to support that movement. Do you understand, guys? So now, do you guys understand me? Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if price should break above this zone, right, probably we have a long red candle like this, a long blue candle closing outside this box. Now you can choose to buy at the touch of this trend line. But I know that either way, price will react from this zone, and this way we are targeting. If this zone gets broken, we are targeting this zone. If this zone gets broken, then you know that you are targeting the overall zone, which is this. Do you understand? Do you guys understand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
get it.
So right now, just basically wait and see what the market does. Wait for price to actually close outside this box.
Adam,
Yeah?
I saw you trading volatility 75.
Oh,
what
yes.
pair?
Yes, yeah. So volatility pairs are so clean. But the only thing about volatility pairs is now, you see this break. Volatility, let me show you something. Let me show you guys something. Volatility
Yeah,
index
I find it on trading view actually.
is not on trading view. Let me show you guys how
Oh.
to find. Let me show you guys how to find the pair. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Are you seeing the Egypt database, blah blah blah? Or you're still seeing my trading view?
Egypt.
You're seeing the
You're
Egypt.
planning to go Egypt?
No, I was in Egypt. I was making my research. So what you do is you go to trading the reef. The reef trading. view. And then just go to trading view implementation. Okay, you know what? I'll just send the link to you guys. But once you open this link, it takes you to the volatility. It's not there on the app. I don't know. I've submitted several requests that they should make it on for the app because it's actually crazy. But this is where you come. This is a chat. So the thing is, you create a demo account, and what I do is like I save when you're done. You just save because if you come back to this chat, it's clear. So you just save your chat when you're done. Now, this is volatility index pairs are actually very, very nice. Like there is nothing like news, there is nothing affecting it, and it's like it's beautiful because you can capitalize on it. It's only that when price breaks a structure, price can go about 400 pips without coming back to your entry zone. So that's like crazy. So I think one of my favorite pairs is volatility 10 index. Has a very nice market structure. What I mean by market structure is if you look at this is H4 time frame. So it can't, this is daily time frame. It can't go up to monthly on this one. It starts from daily. So now, first of all, now look at what do we have here. This is a break. This is a break right here. So it is obvious that price is trying to retest this zone. Price is trying to retest this zone, which is obviously let's call it, is it this zone? Should I use this zone? Okay, let me use this zone. Price is trying to restrict that zone, and you know that this is the zone that we are going to be looking for.